Donald Trump could be facing impeachment again. This time, even his closest allies might not be able to protect him. But here's the twist. It's not his political enemies he's worried about. It's the very system he spent years trying to bend to his will. If you think impeachment is a thing of the past, think again. What's coming next might change everything, and you won't want to miss it. At first glance, Trump's words might seem like a casual warning about the midterms. We have to win the midterms, he says, or they'll find a reason to impeach me. But here's the thing. It's not just about the midterms. This is bigger. Trump's fear isn't just about losing elections. It's about losing control. Impeachment, as he knows all too well, is one of the last constitutional tools that can truly restrain a presidency. And it's still on the table. But why aren't Democrats using it? Why let the system slip away when it's still in their hands? Trump doesn't just worry about impeachment. He sees it as a threat to his entire way of operating. They impeached me for nothing twice, he says. But notice what he doesn't mention. The real reason he fears impeachment isn't because it's unjust. It's because it's the one tool that could finally make him accountable. No one can ignore the fact that impeachment doesn't just happen. It's a decision. And in this case, that decision is being held up by one thing: reluctance. Not from Trump, but from those who should be acting. The question is, why are they waiting? As the stakes rise, this isn't just about Trump, it's about the system itself. Think back to past moments when presidents crossed the line. We've seen it before, power being tested, laws being pushed aside. But what's happening now is different. There's a normalization of behavior that once would have been unthinkable. A president openly discussing canceling elections, threatening lawmakers with violence. This isn't a political stunt. It's an erosion of what's supposed to keep power in check. And the fact that this has become normal should scare you. But here's where it gets even darker. Nothing is happening to stop it. Then we dig deeper. The contradictions are glaring. Trump says impeachment was for nothing. But how can that be true when his actions over the past few years scream for accountability? He's openly mocked the very idea of limits, pushing every boundary without consequences. And yet, here we are still waiting. Even as the evidence piles up, impeachment remains a distant option, not a reality. But here's the thing. Every moment Democrats delay, every time they step back, it's one more step toward allowing this unchecked power to become permanent. That shift, that failure to act, changes everything. And then it starts to unravel fast. First, we see the shift in tone. Democrats, instead of acting decisively, begin to manage the narrative. They criticize, fundraise, warn, but action, nowhere to be found. The clock keeps ticking. And it gets worse. Every time impeachment is brought up, it's dismissed. The timing isn't right. The risk is too high. But as the political landscape shifts, the real danger is that this becomes the new normal. What happens if this continues? What happens if the line between right and wrong gets erased entirely because no one has the courage to enforce it? But let's bring this back to you. This isn't just political drama. This is about real consequences. When a president acts with impunity, when laws are ignored, the ripple effect hits everyone, ordinary people just like you. It means your rights, your freedoms, they're no longer protected by the system that was meant to defend them. When we let these breaches slide, it's not just about power games in Washington. It's about the erosion of trust. So ask yourself, if you feel uneasy about where things are headed, if something doesn't feel right, you're not alone. Tell me in the comments if this sounds familiar. This is where it gets uncomfortable. The truth is, this isn't just about Trump. It's about the systems that enable him. Power doesn't operate in a vacuum. It's driven by incentives, by the fear of losing, and by the spectacle that keeps us glued to the drama. The problem isn't just that Trump is breaking the rules, it's that the system allows him to. And here's the unsettling part. Those who have the power to stop it are the ones who've let it happen. It's not that they're unaware, it's that they've chosen to play the game. They profit from it, directly or indirectly, and so they let the lines blur. When those in power are more focused on staying in power than upholding the law, that's when everything starts to fall apart. So what happens next? There are two paths here. One leads to action, finally holding those in power accountable, forcing a real reckoning with the actions that have gone unchecked for too long. But it's not an easy path. It's fraught with resistance, with political risk, with the very real possibility that the system will resist the pressure for change. The other path? We stay on the same track. The same cycle of inaction, of leaders choosing silence over responsibility. And as that happens, the erosion continues. The lines between right and wrong blur even further. The question isn't just about what will happen, it's about who will step up first. Because whether we like it or not, the next move is already taking shape. In the end, this isn't just about impeachment, it's about the survival of the system itself. If we allow the unchecked abuse of power to go unchallenged, we risk losing the very foundations of democracy. The silence from those who could act is as dangerous as the actions themselves. History won't remember the politicians who stayed quiet. It will remember those who let it all slip away. So, what will you do? The question is out there. And the next move, it's already starting to unfold. If you want to stay ahead of the curve, follow for more updates, because what happens next is going to define everything.